Okay, so here's the deal. So I was being thirsty and I went over to my girl KEKE Palmer, KEKE Palmer's Instagram page, to see what she's been up to. And I saw some pictures, some side-by-side photos of my girl Kylie Jenner. Everybody knows that the Kardashians and the Jenners are my favorite family. So, so on the photos, it said 2012 and 2016, so it was a before and after. And on the 2012 photo, it said, quote, "Kylie's so ugly, why can't she just grow up?" And then on the second photo, it said, "Ew, Kylie's so fake, what happened to her?" In other words, saying 4 years ago, people were saying that Kylie Jenner was unattractive. Then she went and got some work done to her appearance, nose job, lip fillers, whatever she may have allegedly had done. And now people were like, wait a second, she looks fake. So she went from being ugly to fake. In other words, you can't please people no matter what the hell you do. They're going to complain, bitch, moan, and dare to negatively critique and judge you no matter what you look like, whether they think you look bad or whether or not they think you look good. If they think you look good, it must be because it's fake. And what did you do to yourself? I'm not liking this. If they think you're ugly, then it's, oh, look at you, you're ugly, you need to do something. But then you do something, then there's an issue. I posted the photos on my blog, but here's what KEKE had to say about it. She said, "After Trump's win, I really was convinced that we have become so obsessed with making things appear to be real than needing them to actually be real, aka reality TV." That's the gag. Reality television is based off of the desire we have to see non-scripted shows that mimic reality. Quote, "false things appearing real." That's the art of it. How real they can make us think it is. And many social media platforms support the same thing. We have settled for knockoff truth in our actual reality because it's socially acceptable to lie for likes. Looking at this photo above, I couldn't help but stop dead in my tracks, because even though I do feel like this family sets an example that is good to change for society's affection, how can you blame them? We don't think that this woman deserves the attention she receives because of the message it sends, but we don't even think about the fact that for years the whole world damn near agreed that she was ugly. Wait. Really, KEKE? Really? The whole world damn near? I didn't think she was ever ugly. But anyways, a child. That girl was a child, and she was bullied and named ugly. And not as a character, but as herself. And unlike some that experienced such ridicule, she had the money to change. She, quote, "fixed what the world said was broken," and it worked. Now you were mad that it was that easy? When the generation has already been force-fed to love things that are false and appear as real, we are confused. So many of us on who we should be and how we should act, who we should like and how we should pursue them. It's all been brought to another level because being fraudulent is our country's most popular trend. That's because this is a military country and war is based on deception, for the record. If only we could accept one another instead of bullying each other into change, we wouldn't be so confused or misunderstanding all of these mixed messages that ultimately tell us to trade attention for respect and love for possession. We could instead let our differences teach us something new instead of walking around looking. Hold on, that's the Illuminati calling. They're mad about me making this video. Hello? Yes, I know who this is. Okay. Yeah, I know that you're my handler. What's your point? Yeah. Okay. Don't expose any secrets in this video. No, my microphone's not on. Okay. Look, I gotta finish making this. Listen, you're not gonna kick me out of the order if I reveal secrets. What? You're gonna do what? You're gonna skin me alive. Oh my God. All right, don't mention God. Listen, I will mention Jesus all out. What? Huh? What the? This motherfucker hung up on me. Shit, I'm gonna do whatever I want. I'm gonna reveal all the Illuminati secrets in this motherfucker. Let me turn my microphone back on. Oh, excuse me. I had to talk to your mother real quick. Okay. Anyways, she says, we wouldn't be so confused or misunderstanding all of these mixed messages that ultimately tell us to trade attention for respect and love for possession. We could instead let our differences teach us something new instead of walking around looking, acting, and being the same. We different for a reason. Thank you very much, KEKE Palmer, for those words of wisdom. But here's the deal, man. You know, before I even get into what she's saying, because I understand what she's saying, this heifer's grammar is downright atrocious. I mean, she must think grammar is her mother's mother. But that's none of my business. But that shit was hard to read. Shit. But anyways, let me break it down for you like this. I understand that she's talking about how reality TV is fake but made to seem real, but this goes way back. Look at all of the wars that the military has been in with all these fake enemies. Look at Operation Northwoods. You know, the military will attack America and say that somebody else did it, whether it's remote control aircrafts flying into buildings or whatever it is, just to start a war, just to go get that money in other countries, just to go rape and pillage, just to go be terrorists. You know what I mean? So I can mention that, or I can mention how the news is fake and how they make things seem as if the boogeyman is going to come to get you, whether it's Osama bin Laden is going to come pop up out of nowhere and come get you. He's going to destroy America, even though dude has been dead for years. And you might say, well, yeah, that's because Obama got him in 2011. No, that wasn't. Oh, damn, Osama bin Laden. He was dead before then. They killed some guy named Akbar Khan. Literally, look up Akbar Khan. The neighbors of the guy who lived in that so-called compound that they claim was Osama bin Laden, the guy who the military murdered, no, that wasn't Osama bin Laden. He was dead years before then. There was some dude named Akbar Khan. There were already news videos and stuff that came out where the truth accidentally came out. Of course, the men from that village or whatever, wherever that was in Uzbekistan, West Bumblefuckistan, of course, the men from that place disappeared afterwards. They probably killed them all. Or they're probably slaves somewhere in some fucking concentration camp making goddamn license plates. I don't know. But, you know, they faked you out with that. They made you think that Osama bin Laden was alive when he wasn't. I'm going to do a separate story about this, but there was a news article. It was called some crazy shit like the CIA secret, Saddam gay sex tape. Like, basically, this is what these fucking terrorists were going to do. They were going to make up some, like, fake sex tape with Saddam Hussein lookalike having sex with a young man who appeared to be 13. Of course, he would really be like more like 18. Of course, he would be an adult, but he would look like hella young. And then they were basically going to say, hey, look, Saddam Hussein is a homosexual child molester. And they were going to put out the tape, and then that was going to make everybody be like, yeah, America, go get him. Like this is literally discussed. It was one of the plans that they talked about executing to make everybody say, okay, we really need to get this bastard. We need to get him right now. Like, literally, that was one of the plans that they came up with. And then you have, see, I'm revealing too many damn secrets. My Illuminati connection is going to be mad as fuck at me. Okay, so another thing that had happened, which is some fake shit made to appear to be real, were all of these supposed doomsday epidemics. Remember, there were so many scares. Let me see. And people got mad when I mentioned this before. But like, they'll come with the whole anthrax scare. Oh, it's going to come through the mail and kill you. Of course, it was made in a military laboratory. That information came out because it's always the fucking military that's behind all of this bullshit. Always those fucking devils. Always. They let me see what's another one. The bird flu, remember that shit? Oh, swine flu, the whole HN, what is it? HN1 or something like that. I can't even. There's so many of them. They're like, oh, anthrax is gonna get you. Bird flu, swine flu, goddamn mosquitoes, the Zika virus. I think that's what it's called. There was another one too, if I'm not mistaken. They're like, oh, this is gonna get you. That's gonna get you, and then it disappears. Same thing with Ebola. Remember, Ebola was the big scare a year or two ago. Remember that shit? They're like, oh, you're gonna be throwing up and you're gonna be throwing up everywhere, and they're gonna have to quarantine you, and oh, it's the end of the world. Always some damn scare tactic. All that shit is fake. That's why every time they come up with a new disease, I'm like, oh. They hit us with another one, another fucking hoax. A couple people died and that's it. They make it act like it's going to be the fucking end of the world. They hype it up over and over again. A bunch of bullshit, all fake. Same thing with the people who run for the presidency of the United States. Don't you know that? Let me tell you something. This fucking devil, Tommy Sotomayor, this motherfucker, he said something to the effect of, oh yeah, you know, Donald Trump said a lot of bullshit when he was running for the presidency of the United States, but however, you know, he was just playing politics. In other words, supporting the fact that the dude lied. So, you know, you got these politicians who lie every 4 years, tell these huge lies when they're running for president, and America eats it up. And then people talk shit about me talking about love and hip hop and talking about reality TV. And I'm looking at these fools like, you vote. You actually believe that the elections are real. You believe in fucking Santa Claus. If you believe the elections are real, you might as well believe in Santa. Speaking of Santa Claus, you tell your kids that Santa Claus is real. So you're lying to your fucking children. You're telling them that that's real. The whole world is fake, including you, if you lie to your children and tell them about Santa Claus. You're participating in the bullshit. What about the Easter Bunny? Since when do rabbits lay eggs? Rabbits aren't birds. They're mammals. What the fuck you mean rabbits laying eggs, God? That's my Wu-Tang shit. But come on now, a mammal laying a damn egg? Not a reptilian, not a bird, but a mammal laying an egg. Okay, I mean, it defies science, but sure. If you want to be a part of the fertility cult, you know, go ahead. Ishtar. If you're down with that, so if you're into paganism, you know, you're supposed to be a Christian. But if you're a pagan Christian witch. Hell, we could talk about women wearing weaves, wigs, makeup, and shake-ups and shape-ups and all of that shit. You know, push-up bras, booty enhancers. Just people doing everything that they can to make themselves appear to not be what they are. Girdles and waist trainers. People want the easy way out. Lying is often the way to make yourself appear to be different than what you are. Hell, you want to talk about something that's fake? We can talk about how we call Barack Obama. Well, not we. You dumb motherfuckers. Call Barack Obama the quote-unquote first black president. He wasn't the goddamn first black president. I know what you think. You think I'm talking about John Hanson or whatever his name is. No, I'm not going to talk about that. What I'm going to say is this. Barack Obama's half white. His mother's white. He came out of a white woman's womb. There was a white woman holding him in the hospital. How does a black baby come out of a white womb? He's mixed. But you want to lie because of the caste system. You want to act like a racist and act like his mother doesn't exist and sit up there and call him black even though he's mixed. If I went to a restaurant and ordered surf and turf and they gave me a plate of lobster and steak and you asked me what I was eating, if I tell you that I'm eating steak and I don't mention the lobster, isn't that disingenuous? Anyway, my whole point is this, man. Everything is freaking fake nowadays. You got to think about it like this. Reality scares a lot of people. If people had to truly live in reality, they feel as if they would lose their minds. They don't realize that escaping reality is a sign that you've lost your mind. You don't have to just cope with reality. You have to figure out how to change your reality. But that takes belief. And believing in yourself is sometimes just too much for somebody. It's just too damn much. So people prefer to believe in a lie. For example, the lie, the mythology that the United States military warring with the entire planet is good for any of us and it's going to make things better for America. I mean, creating enemies around the entire planet. People really believe that warring with the planet, murdering millions of people, building bases around the world, military bases, and stealing the American tax dollar to go commit mass murder. They think that these serial killers are making things safer because there's just so many enemies that actually don't even exist. But it's like they're trying to create enemies on purpose. One of the ways that they did that is they showed this video of, let me see, was it Osama bin Laden? Yeah, I'm thinking it was Osama bin Laden talking about Saddam Hussein, because weren't they at war with each other at one point? And my memory serves me correctly, Saddam Hussein and Osama bin Laden hated each other's guts and wanted to see each other dead. But America, with the deceptive, full of shit media, deceptive, full of shit military that America has, they lied and said that Osama and Saddam were like basically best friends, tight like butt cheeks. In reality, they would have slit each other's throats if they were in the same room with each other. They fucking hated each other. But between the media and the military, the two lying M's, they made it seem as if Saddam and Osama bin Laden were freaking brothers from another mother when they hated each other's guts. If I'm not mistaken, Osama refers to Saddam as a paper tiger. Like, you make it appear as if you're a threat, but not really. Now, I know the media claimed that he said that about the U.S. soldiers who were the greatest murderers in the world. Kudos to you. You killed millions of people. Bunch of fake fucking heroes. Starting wars that don't need to be started. But so the whole Iraq war was fake. Because didn't George Bush say there was no link between Iraq and 9/11? So why the hell did America go to war with Iraq? All of those people dead. Countless people murdered. Most of the people who die in wars are civilians. Hell, Fox News has a news story. If you don't believe me, type this in. Bush, no link between Iraq, September 11 attacks. It was posted September 17th of 2003. And I might make a video where I read the article to you. But I'm just going to read one little part to you. It says, White House spokesman Scott McClellan said that in no way did Vice President Dick Cheney suggest in interviews over the weekend that there was evidence of Saddam's participation in the attacks. Bush never came to that conclusion either, the spokesman said. McClellan could offer no clear explanation to why recent public opinion polls indicate that 70% of Americans think there is a tie between Iraq and the attacks. This is Fox News, the most pro-war news organization I can name. So-called news, but they're fake anyway. But this happens to be real right here. They did an opinion poll, and 70% of Americans that were polled said that they think that Iraq, this is in 2003 for the record, that Iraq has something to do with September 11th. 70%. Because of the fake news lying to you. I had people thinking that the boogeyman, Saddam Hussein, and the other boogeyman, Osama bin Laden, were going to come get them and, send the military in to go kill as many people as possible that don't have anything to do with anything. And if you speak against it, then you must be a part of Al Qaeda. Nowadays, they switch it to ISIS. That's the other thing. Remember, Al Qaeda was the alleged big scary monster. They were like, oh, Al Qaeda is going to get you. You better support the military stealing all of America's money, being the waste of welfare that they are. You better believe that the military is going to protect us and save us, like the military's God or something. Just give up your money. Don't worry about where it's going to. Your tax dollars are being used wisely right now with this stupid ass war. Who cares if it costs trillions? Just support the troops. Just focus on the troops. It's all about the troops. They were like, you don't want Al Qaeda to come get you. And then the narrative switched from Al Qaeda is going to get you to, oh no, the Taliban. The Taliban is going to attack any minute now. Hide under your comforter. Grab your blanket. Just cover your eyes. They're so scary. We got rid of Al Qaeda, but now it's the Taliban. The Taliban is going to attack America. And then nowadays it's ISIS. So there's always some sort of fake enemy that the military and the CIA, they trained, that they created, or it's just them, period. Military subcontractors or whatever, disguised as Muslims. It'll be like some Jewish people, some Christians, anything but a Muslim. And they'll be pretending to be Muslims and they'll tell you, be scared of Muslims. There's always something fake going. Literally everything is fake. Politics is fake. Your religion is probably fake. If you're homeless and whoever's running your religious institution is living in a huge house, that's fake. You're catching a bus, they're driving a Mercedes Benz. Fake. You're walking, you're footing it, and your pastor is in a jet. A $60 million jet. Fake. But you love the church because it's a drug. It makes you feel good. no matter how fake it is. Everything is fake. Remember when the media said that I have to make a separate video about this, but basically Tupac and Biggie, their rap beef was an East Coast versus West Coast, not just rap beef, rap battle thing, but an actual war in the streets with young black men from the East Coast and the West Coast. They sold people this propaganda, and people actually basically ate it up and talked about it for years to come. An imaginary East Coast versus West Coast rap beef. The only issue is Tupac and Biggie were both from the East Coast. They're both from New York. If I'm not mistaken, Tupac was supposed to be the West Coast leader of this alleged war. But the only problem is, if I'm not mistaken, Tupac's first rap alias was MC New York. And Biggie was from Brooklyn. So these are two East Coast rappers. As a matter of fact, one of the examples that they used was a song Hit 'Em Up, the song where Tupac talked about sleeping with Biggie's wife. And it's funny because the rappers that were on the song with Tupac, the Outlaws, including Tupac's cousin Gaddafi, if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure that was his cousin, those dudes are from New Jersey. In the diss record to Biggie, who's from Brooklyn, one of the rappers from New Jersey said, "I'm from N.E.W. Jersey, where plenty of murders occur." And I'm sitting there like, okay, so he's saying that he's from New Jersey on the song. So how is there an East Coast versus West Coast war in the music industry as well as in the streets when one of the rappers on the song clearly said he's from New Jersey, which is on the East Coast? If I'm not mistaken, New Jersey is right next to Brooklyn, right next to New York. New Jersey and New York are neighboring states, the tri-state area, New York, Connecticut, New Jersey. I mean, come on now. But the media, being fake, said that there was a war between East Coast versus West Coast rappers when the rappers that they were referring to were all from the East Coast. So it just didn't make any sense. But people ran with it because it was just some drama. So they were like, okay, sounds about right. The media said it, heard it on TV, heard it on the news, so it must be real. Remember, this is before reality TV was what we view it as now. People will say like the real world is like the grandmother or the grandfather of reality TV. But you think about it, the real world was pretty much looked at as like an ongoing documentary. It wasn't really looked at as reality TV. Like, we didn't really start using the term reality TV until 10 to 15 years ago. Now, don't get me wrong, reality TVs existed since the 60s or whatever in some form or another. I mean, shows that people done been forgotten about. People remember Cops and they remember The Real World, from the 90s. But before that, there were reality TV shows. It may have not been called that, but there were reality TV shows. It's just that, for the most part, for what I remember, if you look back in time, they were called like docu-series or documentaries, or they referred to it as something else other than reality TV. But the term reality TV didn't become popular till probably 10 to 15 years ago, because they were putting all those crazy shows like Do You Want to Marry a Midget or whatever it was called, and this do you want to marry a millionaire, whatever that dumb shit. They were putting all types of crazy weird shows. And then of course it was the whole Flavor of Love thing. But right before Flavor of Love, there was something called The Surreal Life, where Flavor of Love was one of the cast members of it, which led to his own show. Really, reality TV really popped off, even though this shows like Survivor and Big Brother, but those are game shows. They're reality TV shows that appear to be game shows, because they're not really game shows. They're classified as reality TV. If you name a show reality TV, you can like rig a game like show, something that appears to be a game show. That's why weird shit happens on some of those shows. You're like, wait a second, well, how come they didn't vote this person off or that person off? See, the producers can intervene and stuff like that because it's reality TV. It's not a game show. Now, if it was a real game show, if I'm not mistaken, they would have to abide by certain rules or regulations or whatever. But when it's reality TV, they can kind of damn near do what the fuck they want to do, because it's once again fake. Because that's what this video is about. Just a bunch of fake shit. I know this video is long as hell, but I just felt like rambling today. I don't give a fuck. I know some people are gonna be mad. They're like, did you have to? Could you have split the video up? No, fuck you. Come back and listen to the rest of it another time. Just don't listen to it all. Don't listen to me at all if you got a problem with it. It's my goddamn YouTube channel. I'm getting off. I feel like talking some shit today. Anyways, I feel like talking about some more fake shit. I might go on and ramble for 45, 50 minutes. I just feel like talking to myself. Damn it, I just realized maybe I shouldn't even post this up. I'm going to probably listen back to this whole damn video and then decide whether or not I should even post it at all. But anyways, as a matter of fact, it's past the 25-minute mark. I'm going to wrap this up. You know, I've been talking enough. Forgive me for making such a long video. I apologize in advance. You know, there's a bunch more ideas I could have thrown out there about things that are just fake. But I just really get tired of people bitching and moaning about reality TV. If you participate in the rigged voting system with the debold voting machines in a company, excuse me, in a country where if you vote, they only really want to tell you about two of the candidates, as if there aren't other political parties. You would think that there were only two political parties out there. What are there? Dozens of political parties? So why do they say you have to choose between the lesser of two evils if there's other candidates from other parties? You don't really hear much about them because they're not the ones who control the media, or at least have partial control of the media. So you participate in the rigged fake voting system. You believe in politics. You teach your kids about Santa Claus. All a lie. You know, you just bought Pastor a new expensive car. You wear a wig or a weave. Your hair's not real. You wear color contacts. Color contacts are not real. You wear these body enhancers to make your breast or your butt stick out further than what they do naturally. You say disingenuous things like, oh, I don't support the war, but I support the troops who are the warmongers. Or I don't support abortion, I support the woman who had the abortion. There's a difference, really. You're lying to yourself, you're lying to me. Everything that you say and do is a lie. Everything you say and do is fake. You don't live in reality. But then you have the nerve to talk shit about reality TV. Your life is a reality TV show. You, your trashy family, the bullshit that you do on the weekend that you think that nobody sees except for Jesus, who you don't really believe in, but you say you believe in. Everything about you, your life, is a lie. Everything about you. You smile in people's faces, talk shit behind their backs. You lie about what you have when you don't really have it. You know, you try to act like as if your breasts are an extra size bigger than what they are. Talking about you have D cups and you really have C cups. Buy clothes from boosters or people who steal to try to act as if you could afford that Louis Vuitton purse. Hell, the last one you had was a fake. It was a knockoff. Every fucking thing about you is fake. Your brother's fake. Your mother's fake. Your sister's fake. Your father's fake. You're a fucking fake. Bunch of fraudulent people. But I have the nerve to talk about how reality TV's fake. Up there, to everything that KEKE Palmer was saying without even acknowledging the fact that your whole life is fake too. The world we live in is fake. Period. So if you really want to get down to the nitty gritty of the chicken titty. No, but let me stop being stupid. Seriously, if you really want to get down with some true reality, if you really want to live in the real world, if you're really prepared to do that, you got to start with yourself. Almost nobody is truly real, who's truly living their truth. Almost nobody. It takes more than bravery to live your truth. It takes more than not letting what other people think affect you negatively. It's something beyond that. It's spiritual. Barely anybody is truly living the truth. Almost nobody can handle the truth. It's an extreme rarity. If the truth was a product that was sold, it would say, warning, don't try this at home without supervision. Because the truth is so big and scary and downright dangerous. Because you never know how people are going to react. The law, an ass whooping from your mother, even your belief in God won't even stop most of you from lying to yourselves and to the world. It's an extreme rarity that somebody's going to tell the truth, and I'm just one of those rare people that embrace it. But anyways, excuse my rambling. I know this is a very stupid video. I already know. I might not even upload this. But anyways, let me know what you think about it all below, just in case I'm saying this. Let me know what you think about it all below. Be sure to subscribe to the Meat Magazine YouTube channels. Visit meatmagazine.blogspot.com for more. Follow me on Twitter at Meat Magazine, Meat Magazine 7 on Google+, Meat Magazine blog on Instagram.